Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, August 13th. It is just after 10 a.m. We're going live today. We're going to talk about any new kind of updates around the Arizona area, Phoenix metro area. We'll probably talk the heat. We'll talk a little COVID and go over an article that I recently found that talks about the best cities in the U.S. to work remotely. A little spoiler alert, a few of them are in Arizona. So we're going live right now. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? It's Greg Corbett with the AZ Lifestyle Group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. If this is your first time to this channel and you're looking to find out everything you need to know about what it's like living in and or moving to the Phoenix metro area, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you can be notified whenever we post a new video. And we are helping people from all over when it comes to finding the best places and neighborhoods to live here, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about making a move and you need any assistance whatsoever, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when it comes to moving to the Phoenix metro. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in Rudy Lopez, our good friend from Prime Lending. Let me press the button. Rudy, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning. This is, I think, cup of coffee number 10. So
all right.
Let's just hope that I don't crash by noon. And,
I'm
going strong.
Why have you? Is it not so many? Usually, it's way more than that.
Yeah, I'm cutting back a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a little bit of a caffeine problem, so I'm trying to just cut it down to, 10 or less throughout the day.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. I don't drink a lot of caffeine, and I had one because it's been so crazy, and you have probably the issue of not sleeping at night because of the little one. And there's probably a lot of us that are not sleeping at night just because of how crazy things are going on right now. But it's definitely neat. I have one cup of coffee and I'm wired. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. My list of why I'm not sleeping at night is quite long. So yeah, you just throw in the baby crying, and it just adds to all the fun and excitement.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll start sleeping for you a little better soon. So I know the feeling. So
yeah, it's tough.
Well, cool. Well, let's get into it a little bit. Kind of talk about one of the things, and I saw this graphic the other day, and let me go back here and pull it up just so I can show everybody. I'm trying to learn how all this stuff works. So I saw this yesterday. It says 2020 now the hottest summer of all time in Phoenix. So hey, that's good news. So just add more positive to 2020 for this year, and so we're happy about that. So I'll go back to Mr. Positivity, Rudy, because he always sees the bright side of all this stuff, and I'm sure he's like, well, hey, since it's the hottest summer on record, that keeps people inside, which doesn't spread as much COVID. I don't know. So Rudy, give us your positivity, because I'm not always that positive about this stuff.
Well, I believe records are always meant to be broken, and this is certainly the case. So I'm just proud and excited to be a part of a record that's being broken here in the state of Arizona, and to officially just when my kids get older, I can always just tell the war stories and how I used to walk up and down hills to get to school, and I was also a part of the hottest summer on record. So
you're like, hey, kids,
my positive.
You remember when you weren't sleeping at night, and not only could I not sleep, but then I had to go through the entire summer, and it was the hottest summer on record? Do you remember that?
Yeah. You kids are complaining over 25 days of 110. We had to live through 35 days of 110.
Yeah.
So, stop complaining and go back outside.
It feels like more. I haven't looked today, and maybe I shouldn't, because I looked yesterday. It was bad enough, but I'll go and look at the. You probably can't see this stuff, but what we got: 116, 114, 114, 114, 114. I mean, that's the garbage we're dealing with right now, and so warning to everybody, if you're watching this and you're looking to move here, that's something you have to deal with. We don't sugarcoat anything. Well, maybe Rudy does a little bit because he's positive, but it's hot. and it's a pain in the butt to go outside. It's nice in the mornings and, cool off a little bit in the evening, get in your pool, like I always say, but during the day, it's not fun. But
I always follow up. It's hot, but you can go up 2 hours to Flagstaff
That's right.
and enjoy the beautiful weather.
That's right. Just get out of town here and there to break it up a little bit.
Just get out of town.
Yeah, no, I love it. All right, so we won't dwell on the weather too much. 'Cause we're both going through this right now, and for everybody who's watching, and maybe you're like, hey, we appreciate all the content you're putting out, but we're looking for more videos on all the areas and the surrounding areas. We are working on that. It is a process. We will make sure to get more content out. In fact, Rudy and I were actually just shot our first vlog video this week out in Scottsdale. Hopefully we'll have that over to you guys next week. And that's kind of the goal of what we're going to do. We're going to try to be out on the street showing you what's around. Whether it's the two of us, we're going to have other people coming in and helping out as well to kind of show you what it's really like living here. We'll give you all the information from our perspective, but we really want to show you what it's like out on the street. I know there's a lot of resources out there, but hopefully we'll give you a different perspective that maybe you're not finding. So, Rudy, what'd you think of going out the other day and shooting some footage?
Well, my wife, the next morning I woke up, she said I looked a little bit more tan than the day before, and that actually it was a good look on me. So,
all right.
Actually, other than having a great time with you and exploring the city some more, I got a nice little tan out of it. So
yeah. All right.
Positivity.
All right. We'll take that.
I loved it. I had a great time.
Now, everybody out there, just so we're being safe and cautious, make sure to wear sunscreen when you're out in the sun and it's 140 degrees. It's we don't want anybody getting skin cancer while they're out here, but a good, nice little golden tan on it looks good on you.
Thank you, man.
So that's good. I'm glad your wife liked it. Hopefully that means positive things for you as well. So
yeah, whenever I get some positive feedback from her or a compliment here or there, I try to cherish it and hold on to it a little bit.
It doesn't happen too often, especially once you have kids, I've noticed, and so in fact I'm oblivious to. I don't even know if it happens anymore for me, but.
Yeah, the compliments usually don't come as soon as I walk in the door from work from a long day of her watching the kids and me not being at home. Yeah, usually not. I'm not bombarded with compliments.
And I think it's because I think, and you're probably like me where you shower your wife with compliments all the time. So sometimes you just wait for one to come back and you're like, oh, no, I guess we're not getting one.
It's a two-way street, but I've learned to pick my battles at that point. So.
Nice. Well, let's get into we had a chance to do that thankfully this week. I know you're slammed. I've been slammed, which is a lot of the reasons why we haven't been able to put out as much content. So, for everybody who's looking out here, we are still seeing pretty much a seller's market. We've got still little inventory. We've still got a ton of buyers who are out there looking. It's driving pricing. It's making competition very difficult for a lot of people. So be prepared for that. Buying is difficult, but I think renting is even harder for people from what I'm gathering. And there's everybody's if you have a rent, if you're somebody who's looking to rent a house and you have a million people who want to rent it, you're being really stringent. So I've heard nothing but horror stories about people just being really hard to work with on that. It sounds like a struggle. So, I don't envy it. And I know I'm going through a few cases with some of my clients right now, trying to get them into places. And sometimes it's not that easy. We have a process that we feel is good to kind of maximize everyone's time and give you the best chance to get you what you're looking for. But just be prepared for that when you're coming into town.
Yeah, one thing, I don't know if we've touched on it in the past, but last night I had a conversation with a client who's relocating from Texas, and he's still looking to sell his home in Texas. It's not on the market yet. I think it'll be on the market starting tomorrow.
Yeah. And
he's moving here probably in the next week or two. He has his job offer lined up. He's gone through the pre-qualification process, all the due diligence up front that we've discussed that you need to take before you actually move here. But the dilemma that he's currently in is that he qualifies for a house here while still keeping his current home and essentially probably carrying two mortgages for a short period of time.
Right.
He's not too sure. He's getting a little bit of heartburn with that idea.
Yeah.
And he's actually leaning more towards waiting till his house sells. And if he does submit an offer here in Arizona, it'll be a contingent offer on the sale of his house. So I don't know if we've discussed that on our calls yet, but that's something if you are relocating here to keep in mind, because a contingent and a non-contingent offer, regardless of what price I don't want to say regardless, but if you have the exact same offer that's contingent versus one that's non-contingent, same price, the non-contingent offer is more than likely going to be looked at a little more favorable than the contingent offer.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. And, I mean, I'm hearing from all over, that homes, if they're priced right and they're, they look good, they're going to sell quickly. So hopefully, even in Texas right now, they're in a similar situation that we are when it comes to market. So hopefully he's in a situation, or anybody else around the country, whether you're moving here, hopefully you're in a situation where you feel like you can sell your house pretty quickly. I totally would feel the same way, as far as like, let me just get this done so I know exactly what I'm getting from it, like any proceeds wise, timeline wise, and then I can search with a little bit less stress. And obviously anybody who has the ability to qualify for both at the same time, that gives you a little bit of benefit, because maybe if you find the right situation and you don't have to sell in order to qualify, you can be like, hey, let's remove the contingency. This house is perfect for me, and I really want to put the most strong offer in I can in order to secure it. So gives you a little flexibility when you can do that. But when you can't, yes, those contingent offers tend to be frowned upon in this type of situation right now.
Yeah, and then you also get into the multiple offer game, unfortunately. And if you maybe initially were comfortable with a non-contingent offer still with your current home, and then you start getting into a bidding war and your offer becomes higher and higher and higher than what you originally planned, that could potentially maybe change your outlook on what you want to do. There's just so many variables, so many factors. And luckily, you and I have had the privilege of going through multiple options with people. Just explain the pros and cons of each decision, because we want what's best for you guys. So if you buy tomorrow or if you buy 6 months from now, we want to make sure that it's a decision based on what's best for you and your family.
Yep. I agree. And we'll try to coach a little bit. If, I think one of the biggest conversations I have with people when they're looking at houses is like, how much are you really in love with this house? Or are you trying to just make a decision based on pulling the trigger before you're ready? Because, and also when it comes to terms and pricing and all that stuff, like if it's something that you really 100% know, and, I'm going to drill people pretty hard and ask a lot of tough questions and make sure it's the house. People get emotional quickly about properties sometimes, thinking it's the best one, and then the next day they're like, maybe it's not as cool as I thought it was. So I try to do a lot of digging to make sure like how much people are really into it, and then figure out how to strategize from there. Because if I feel it's in your best interest, and I know Rudy feels the same way, if it's in your best interest to wait a little longer, we're going to tell you to wait.
Yeah. And, there's just so many variables when it comes to waiting or purchasing now. Obviously, no one has a crystal ball, but it doesn't look like home prices are going to drop anytime soon. So you do run the risk of obviously the cost of waiting an extra however many months. There's also the interest rates that are in play that you need to add to that analysis. And then, but the benefit might be that maybe your forever dream home comes up that isn't available now. So there's so many different things. But like to your point, we're gonna make sure that you decide what's best for you.
And I don't think I've ever been in my history in real estate since 2004. I don't remember, because I even like going into like 2006 and 2007, you knew what was coming. Like in the back of your mind, like. You were doing your best to help people, but you're like the writing was on the wall, and I don't think anybody exactly knew how bad it was going to be, but we all figured that like, hey, there's something that's looming. None of this really makes sense. I kind of was starting to feel that way a little bit earlier this year, like back when March and April, when COVID first kind of came into the play, and we started seeing how much it was going to affect people losing their jobs, small businesses not being able to survive. And you kind of started to see this potential of like, hey, 6 to 12 months from now, like, what are we going to look like? And then all of a sudden, like, it's reversed completely, and it's gone into like overdrive, which could still mean the same thing. I don't know. But we're in such a different situation from back in 2006 and 2007, and people are buying for different reasons that I honestly am like completely. I'm lost when it comes to really guiding people the right way as far as whether I think prices will continue to go up, or that, we'll have this election and all of a sudden, like, whether or not people are trying to inflate the market, or we have a change in leadership and things change altogether, and that causes this complete downward trend. And either thing could happen. And I've never been in a situation where I really don't know.
Yeah, those are excellent points. And certainly the next 6 to 12 months you're right, are going to be very interesting. And, one thing that maybe hasn't been discussed quite as much because of all the tumultuous issues that we're dealing with at the moment is a lot of folks are now that were in forbearance and deferment in February, March, April, May, are now starting to come out of deferment and forbearance. And depending on how the deferment and forbearance was structured, some of you might now be having to pay a huge lump sum to get back current, or maybe your payments have gone up a little bit to slowly and gradually get back to being current. So I don't claim to know exactly how everyone's deferments and forbearances are structured, because I don't know. But I did get a call last week from a former client who, the way it was structured with his particular loan was that he had to pay a lump sum at the end of, I believe, this month or the following month, and he's out of a job due to COVID. So that was really the first time that something like this was really brought to my attention, and it made me wonder how many more people across the country are in a similar situation as him, and what will these situations result? What will happen as a result of these situations in the next 6 to 12 months? Are people going to have to sell their homes because they can't pay them back? Are people going to be in a financial hardship that are going to cause them to make rash decisions that they wouldn't have otherwise? Are there going to be more homes available in the market due to this? What's going to happen?
Yeah, you can see a lot of the dominoes starting to fall, because I think we've been propped up a little bit by all the basically the relief that the government has provided for small businesses and the payment protection program. That was a ton of money that went out to small businesses to keep some of them going, and some of them just took advantage of it, and even if they didn't need it. But and then also with the unemployment checks and the kind of the extra $600 a week that a lot of people are getting, and seeing that now, as far as I know, I think that has ended. And I have not heard any news that it has been extended, or if they have come up with any kind of other plan. As everybody knows, our government is horrible altogether. I'm talking both sides. They just all suck. But so you're going to start seeing some of those ramifications as far as small businesses being like, hey, look, we've been struggling for now going on 6 months. We can't continue like this. That's going to have more people not have their jobs. I don't know. I don't want to go down a negative path with this altogether, but it's definitely something on my mind that I try to share with people. That they're like, hey, there is a potential for things to kind of downturn a little bit next year, depending on what's going on, even though we've got so many people who have extra money in their pockets right now because they're not spending any money going anywhere. So it's really like one of the weirdest situations that I can ever think of.
It really is, and only time will tell. And yes, the election is going to be an interesting point in this year to see just kind of what happens afterwards, and how the economy reacts, how the government reacts, how everyone reacts. So yeah, we'll just stay tuned, try to stay as positive as possible, and
Rudy,
continue to chug it
would
along.
you consider running for something?
I think if Kanye West is considering running, then why not me too?
Okay,
so,
cool. All
yes.
right, good. You got my vote. You got my vote. We need change. Have we heard that before? I don't know. Vote for Rudy.
Yeah, I'll come up with a clever tagline.
All right,
Maybe
good.
that'll help,
Good.
drive the votes my way.
This channel will probably get you elected. I'm pretty sure.
I could use about, I don't know how many subscribers we have as of today, but I could definitely use all those votes.
If you get elected, can I be your VP?
Consider it, as of today, consider it done.
I'll be your running mate. All right. I'm not going to work on very hard. I'm just going to be like the guy in the background. I'll just smile and, I don't know. I'll do something for you. Who knows?
You'll tell me what to do. You'll tell me what to say, how to react. I got it, man.
There you go.
We'll make a good team.
Well, let's. I found a cool article, and I'm actually going to do a video on this all together, but I figured I'd share it with everybody because I was going through a magazine the other day, and I found the 10. Let's see if I get this. The 10 best U.S. cities for working remotely, and again, I'll just tell you because I'm horrible at putting this stuff on a camera. We had three of the cities that are right here in the Phoenix Metro, and here I'm going to go to I found it online as well, so let me bring that up. I'm learning how to do all this stuff. If you watched me last week, I totally messed everything up. But so Gilbert, number one on this list, and I thought this list was interesting because you kind of go around and you can probably look for best cities to work remotely all over the internet and find different answers. But I thought this had a lot of good information. And I thought the stats that it took from were interesting. It talks about the percent of the workforce working from home. It talks about the work from home earnings compared to the average worker. It talks about housing costs versus total earnings and the average commute time, I guess, for those who would not be working remotely from home, just as a comparison. So we got Scottsdale at number 10. Then you got Plano, Texas, Chicago, Illinois, Chandler here coming in at number 7, Denver, Tampa, Seattle, Aurora, Atlanta, and then Gilbert at number 1. So I think that, it makes a lot of sense. I think this is probably a lot of the reason why people continue to move to Arizona. There are a lot of benefits. And even though we continue to see our affordability, kind of go down a little bit just because housing costs continue to rise, it's still, compared to a lot of other cities out there, especially places where you can earn a higher income, we're still in a pretty good spot. And the rest of these cities are all top cities around the U.S., I think. So Colorado is the only one with multiple cities on the list. But when you look at that, Rudy, what are your thoughts when you see that?
Well, first off, the cost of living here, it doesn't surprise me that we have 3 cities on that top 10 list. The cost of living here is, if not one of the best, but very comparable to some of the other cities around the country that are also very affordable to live in. Yeah. And it's a very easy city. They're very easy cities here to get in and out of. If you need to travel for whatever reason, it's not going to be this huge long commute or huge inconvenience for you. Yeah. And, I guess during the summertime, it just gives you even more reason to stay at home and work and get some stuff done and make more money. So I can definitely see why we're on that list. And, the other times of the year, you can get your laptop and go work outside because of the beautiful weather. Yep. And outside of this, again, I'm bringing back up the graphic of the hottest summer of all time. Sorry, I'm dwelling on this. when it's not the hottest day of the year, you can actually go outside and work at a park or at a coffee shop. We've got, seems like, thousands of coffee shops here where you can go and plug in and work. So that's a huge plus. I tend to enjoy doing that quite a bit.
Yeah, I like a lot of the places are kind of like combo beer, coffee. Like they have coffee in the morning, then transition into having a beer at lunch or happy hour. So we enjoyed one, thankfully, the other day after shooting some footage of Scottsdale, and it's just kind of a nice little thing to break things up a little bit. We sat out on the patio midday. They had a little misters going. We were under shade, and it was comfortable. So again, I've said enough negative about the heat. That's just me. I don't like it, but there are some positives. And again, for everybody who's coming, like we get so many people moving from places that are just buried in snow a lot of time too. You get our people coming here from Chicago and Minneapolis and New York and anywhere that has like tough winters, and they're like, hey, we'll take this over their, getting buried in snow for 2-3 months a year too. So totally understand that as well. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons to like it. I'm trying to think anything else. We don't have any questions coming in yet. And I'll just mention real quick for anybody who's watching, like, these live videos are 100% for you guys. So if you're watching this, please comment and ask questions. We're here to answer your questions. And hopefully we can provide a little bit of insight for you guys, while you're watching, and kind of give you kind of some updates on going on. But our goal for doing these live videos is give you a little bit of update, but also to be here to answer your questions directly. So send whatever you have. And if you're not watching us live, then comment down below or give us a call, and we'll help you out as best we can.
Yeah, our ultimate goal is to make sure that we make you as savvy of a buyer, investor, whatever you want to be here in the local Metro Phoenix area. So as much information and value that we can provide to you, the merrier. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us with specific questions that maybe we're not addressing here on these calls.
Yeah, and I've got our contact info up if you want to call or text, shoot us an email. Again, whatever's best for you. We'll do our best to help you out. Jump on a Zoom call with us. That's always a good time as well. I think you'll find that we try to have fun. We don't take these things too seriously when it comes. I mean, our goal is to have fun with you, to kind of get to know you, so you can get to know our personalities. We get to know your personalities, and then we go to work for you as far as what we can do to help you out. And hopefully that's a match that works for you. So I'm trying to think of anything else. Do you got any plans for the weekend, or you kind of trying to stay in and beat the heat?
Yeah, we're going to stay in. We're actually going to head up to Flagstaff for, was it Labor Day? Yeah, okay. Labor Day is coming up.
Nice.
So other than that, we're just going to stay at home and just continue doing what we do. I'm going to continue working.
Yep.
And my wife is going to continue taking care of the kids.
Yep.
And yelling at me when I get home. So just fun stuff.
Sounds about right. I get it. Well, at least you can break away a little bit. Hopefully, Flag I think Flag is like 30 degrees cooler. They're probably highs in the high 80s when we're highs in the 115 range. But yeah, that sounds good. I kind of want to leave and go up there right now, Rudy.
Let's go right now. Yeah.
Let's just shoot a video up there. We'll have a reason to go. We'll just like, hey, we're shooting a video, and then when I say if you want to know anything about Phoenix Metro and Flagstaff, then give us a call. We'll just change it up a little bit.
We're expanding. We're growing.
You got to. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate it. It's 10:30 now. We'll wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please reach out. Let us know what you need. And we will catch you on the next live video. Look for some more stuff for us soon. Rudy, thanks again, man. Have a good day.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys.